Giving flawless, it's giving effortless look. Hey guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Jules MOA here, and before you go any further in this video, please don't forget to join the Jules MOA family. So today's video is gonna be a little bit different. I feel like today's video is going to be about my recent purchases and what I currently think about them. With that being said, I feel like I'm going to demo all the products on my face. It's a lot of products, but I'm going to demo them and I'm going to try and do at least 4 hours. I'm going to try to get in 4 hours of wear so you guys can see how they perform, because I do know in a few reviews people were asking me how the products held up during the day. And I have written down some important information on most of them, so let's just jump right into that. The first thing I'm going to take is my pink honey wax, and this is the honey glue original super hold. Now this baby right here, on first impression I did fall in love with it, and ever since I used it I prefer it way more than my Tilbury one. On TikTok shop I did manage to purchase this and an eyebrow pencil for £12, which is a good deal to me. On first impression this did so well, like it really held my eyebrows in place. And this wax, by the way, is not sticky at all, as you can see. And I can run my fingers, look, my brows stay in place. After applying that to the brows, it is recommended to wipe under and above the brow. To clean up my brows, I'm going to take my VIEVE concealer in the shade Tan 2. It looks like that. For my base, I'm going in with the Tilbury Base Pro 30ml in Rumor 3. I'm taking my Made by Mitchell brush, and I like to use this brush to just pat this product in. It's a very nice flat brush, very soft, and I think this does the job perfectly. You can see how easily that blended in. So all of these right here are recent purchases. I don't exactly know what look I'm going for, but I feel like I'm gonna dabble in each palette just to create a nice eye. But as you can see, I have on a blue scarf, which was not intentional, so I'm definitely gonna be using this palette dominantly, which is the Stack 'em Up palette. This is the Talk is Cheap palette. So let me just show you each palette, because I may not be putting all of them up while doing the look. And your green palette. And obviously we have here. If you are an OG on my channel, you'll definitely know that Tilbury's palettes are phenomenal. They're something that I will always invest in, because I feel like I get my money's worth when it comes to palettes, especially if you're someone that shops on TikTok shop. Discount is impeccable. Like, I believe you get all like this and another color for, and I think a purple one, I believe, for £14 or £17 for all four. Or at the time she had a deal for all of these for £27. So a bargain. Tilbury is running TikTok right now. Tilbury, Made by Metro, all these brands that I've been using are, and even H&B Cosmetics is running TikTok right now. So if you're in the UK, you can definitely purchase from these brands. I do know that Tilbury, once she does a live and you're from abroad, she does try and give you guys 50% off, so you'd have to definitely tune into her 50% off on TikTok shop. Otherwise, if you're from the UK, she always have these deals going on when there's live, when there's not live. But I feel like when she's on live, the deals are better. So yeah. Now that I've basically finished with my eyes for the most part, I'm gonna go on to my first thing is first for skin prep, taking my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream as always. Then I'm gonna take my Chanel Water Fresh Tint. And this baby right here, you'll see how amazing this product applies onto my skin. Like, I only use one pump, and as you guys can see, I definitely did a review on this. And guys, when I said I've been loving this, I've seriously been in love with this lately. I love the glow that it gives, I swear. Just look at that. One pump is enough. It's expensive, but I would say this is one of the products that I would say is definitely worth every penny. By the way, I have oily skin, and for someone with oily skin, and when I tell you this glow does not separate my makeup, it gives me a magnificent finish. It's also very much accessible for people that purchase from Boots, Chanel's main site, Selfridges, Debenham, Harrods, and many other stores. Like, this product is very much accessible. Even though it's expensive, trust me when I say you will not regret it. Just for the purpose of this video, and also because it's something I've recently purchased, which is the e.l.f. Holo Glow Liquid Filter. And this is the bad boy right here. Now for this, I do have it in the shade 6, and I also have a video comparing this to the Charlotte Tilbury, if you guys have not watched it. Now this right here, I just apply on the highest points of my cheek because I do have oily skin. Whereas if I were to compare the two, I can use this all over my face without separation. But to be honest, I haven't used this one in particular all over my face to see any separation. I know I cannot use the Charlotte Tilbury one all over my face because it will separate. But I do apply this where I usually love the glow from the Charlotte Tilbury. Gives way more coverage than the Charlotte Tilbury for sure, and it's way much cheaper. So if you were to choose between the two, I'd just say go for the e.l.f. one. Why not? This foundation right here is so expensive, I barely want to use it. But this is the Chanel #1 foundation, and I have this in a BD121. This foundation right here, I'm sure if you guys watched my review, I just did 3 pumps. This foundation right here is impeccable. It gives coverage. It looks light now, but if you watched my last video when I did a review on this foundation, just look how it's applying on the skin, please. Oh my days. And it doesn't separate. It gives a demi matte finish for my oily skin babes. And all you got to do is just bounce this into the skin. That up close. As I said, this does last very long on the skin without separation. It does have coverage. This is a medium to full coverage foundation with a demi matte finish. Obviously, because of the price point, this is just a foundation I'd wear on a special occasion. Make sure you catch in between the nose. Just look how beautiful my skin is looking so far. My VIEVE concealers, and I do have tan 2, medium 5, and also tan 5. So these are the 3 shades that I do have right here. I usually use this one, tan 5, to spot conceal. I thought it would have been a nice highlight shade at first when I purchased it, but to be honest, it was hard to try and find my perfect highlighting shade. But you can see how these ones look, and I'm gonna swatch all 3 for you guys. Now these concealers are amazing. It's a nice price point. I believe it's £22 for this concealer. So this shade is tan 5. Tan 2. Do you see the jump? Even though there's 2 shades missing in between, but still a big jump. And so this is medium 5. By the way, these 2 have red undertone. This is golden undertone. Now this one is like my perfect skin color, if that makes sense. So I can't really use it as a highlighting shade, but I do use it to spot conceal, so I don't waste product anyways, which is good. So I'm just gonna jump right in and show you guys what I've been doing with these concealers. Now this concealer is full coverage. It does have a lot of coverage. You do get a lot of product also. 5. What I do is put tan 5 though, right at the end, so it blends in nicely. Oh my god, I'm gonna have to wipe off this side. I was meant to put the other concealer on this side. I'm gonna wipe off this side. Yeah, once again, this side, these concealers are very beautiful concealers. It is full coverage, it packs a punch, it is immaculate. The only downside that I do have to this concealer that I must say is that after a while I did find a little bit of separation under my, just right here. But it's nothing dramatic. It's like you would have to lift up the extra skin to see the separation. It's nothing major, but I feel like I need to state it for those who are interested in purchasing this concealer. I've tried this concealer for the whole week last week. The second to last day I tried with a different powder. I experienced less separation. And then I tried it double powdering with 2 different powders, and on the last day I realized there was no separation. So that's something to take into consideration. Now when I mean it would just be right here that the separation will be, but you can see it's naturally like that for me, if you get what I mean. But you'll see when I blend out. I do allow these concealers to sit for a bit, and it does give you a lot of time to blend it out without being hard to blend out. On this side though, I'm going to take my Beautiful Skin Radiant Concealer from Charlotte Tilbury, and this one is in Tan 11. I did not go and purchase a lighter shade because I'm not head over heels for this concealer. By the way, it is super creamy. It has a medium finish when you've blended it out. It feels full coverage when you first apply it, but when blending out, I feel like a lot of coverage is taken away to a medium type of finish, whereas in this one keeps the full coverage. I didn't experience no separation with this concealer either. This is a very good concealer. Like, one thing I do wish though is that they had this same formula from the Magic Away liquid concealer, but in this container. Like, I wish this formula was in this container, and then I would have been Another downside to this concealer as well is that they do not correspond across the border. If you haven't watched my last 11 tan, and then this one is 11 tan, so you can definitely see there's a big jump in difference. So if you want a shade that's looking like this, you would have to go to 13 tan or 13 neutral, somewhere around that line. I'm gonna go in with my Pillowy sponge and just blend out the VIEVE concealer side. And you can see how easily that blended out, and that's been sitting on my face for a bit. Do you see how natural and nice that looks? Of lately, I barely put like product on my forehead, but do you see how beautiful that blends out? That is really nice. Taking this other spot to blend out the Charlotte Tilbury side. You can see this concealer is still beautiful, but this is just showing them side by side. For cream bronzer though, I'm gonna go in with my BFF Pink Honey Bronzing Face Frost, and I have this one in the shade Salted Caramel, and this has been really nice. This bronzer, by the way, is not that dark, but I don't mind it either. It's like a shade darker than my complexion. You can see how easily this bronzer blended out, like seamlessly. Now I'm gonna take my blush. These are some new blushes from Made by Mitchell, and all 5 of these were for £17 on TikTok shop. Like, y'all need to jump on it. I'm not gonna swatch all of these because I'm gonna leave that for TikTok. If you want to follow my TikTok, you may at Jules anyway, but I'm gonna check which shade I'm gonna use. Okay, so I'm gonna try this one, and this one is called Apricot Hot. If not, I'm gonna go with my Peely's ones because those ones don't disappoint. The Peely's ones are very much pigmented than these ones, so just in case, I usually put it on the back of my hand, and I'm just gonna do that and then apply it to my cheeks. Now it shows, but it's nothing dramatic. I'm gonna go in with my Peely's. I'm gonna go in with my Peely's Adore Me Apricot, and you'll see how much brighter this one is. You can definitely see this is for the dark skin babe. Kind of disappointed that those in the swatches on the thing it looks darker, but oh well. You can definitely see this one shows up a lot more, and this is a Peely's base that I just use as blush. It's time to make sure my blush is blended properly. My VIEVE Modern Powder Perfecting in very silky smooth. So you will definitely like this as a setting powder because you can see how much came off on the sponge, and my sponge is not that damp. Not of a sponge to go on the other side. And this is the Charlotte Tilbury one, and this brightening flawless one, and this is kind of the yellowish one. If you have not seen my review, please go take a look at it. This powder is very nice. I really do love the undertone on me as well. This powder on the rest of my highlighted areas. As you can see, this powder is a little bit darker than the VIEVE Cosmetics one. So I'm just gonna finish the rest of my face off camera and be right. So guys, this is the finished look for today's video. As you can see, it's giving flawless, it's giving effortless look, it's giving a lot. Like, I am loving it. I love it. Please do comment down below what you guys think of this full face of new products and what I currently think about them. Bye.